Professor Kael'thar's chitinous plates gleamed under the soft bioluminescent lighting of the Galactic Academy's Xenobiology Lecture Hall. The Frecken instructor had taught comparative evolution for 43 cycles, and his pride in his species' heritage was legendary among students. Today's lesson focused on survival adaptations, and he was building toward his favorite topic. And so, Kael'thar clicked, his translator rendering the complex harmonics into galactic standard. We Frecken remain the only known species to evolve on what you might call a death world. He gestured with 3 of his 6 limbs toward the holographic display showing his homeworld of Rekka Prime, a planet of crushing gravity, toxic atmospheric composition, and predators that would give most species nightmares. The assembled students, a typical mix of Solarians, Quilixians, and various other Federation species, murmured in appropriate awe. Most came from garden worlds where the most dangerous fauna were herbivores, and the weather patterns were predictable to the day. Our world shaped us into warriors, survivors. It is why we Vrecken hold 17 seats on the Federation Military Council. Why our people serve as elite guards, why... A hand rose in the back row. A small, 5-fingered hand attached to one of the newest species in Federation space. Kael'thar's primary eyes swiveled toward the interruption. The human. There was always one per class now, ever since their planet had been granted provisional membership 3 cycles ago. This one was female, he recalled from the roster. Sarah Chen, reading comprehension level. Exceptional physical baseline concerning. Yes, Cadet Chen? Sarah stood, her 1.7-meter frame dwarfed by nearly every other being in the room. With respect, Professor, I think there might be some incomplete data in the Federation xenobiology records. A ripple of amusement passed through the class. Kael'thar's mandibles clicked in what might have been a smile. Oh, please enlighten us. I'm certain the Federation's millennia of catalogued worlds have overlooked something, a species that discovered faster than light. Travel only 15 of your years ago would know. Sarah didn't flinch at the condescension. Instead, she pulled up her personal data slate. You've classified Rekka Prime as a Class 8 death world. Impressive. Gravity at 1.4 standard. Atmospheric toxicity requiring most species to use respirators. Predator density in the 87th percentile. Precisely. Kael'thar preened. Ever heard the name Earth? The professor's antennae twitched. Your homeworld? Yes, of course. A pleasant Class 2 garden world, if I recall. Suitable for tourism, agricultural development. That's what the preliminary survey said, Sarah interrupted, her voice steady. Before the auditors actually visited. She expanded her slate's projection for the entire class to see. A blue-green marble appeared, rotating peacefully in the void. It looked utterly benign. Earth, Sarah continued, was reclassified 6 months ago as a Class 12 death world.
The auditing team filed their report under extreme hazard. Review all human physical baselines. The room had gone quiet.
Even Kael'thar's usual clicking had ceased. Let me give you some context, Sarah said, pulling up data streams. Our gravity? 1.0 standard, yes, but that's because we set the standard. We defined baseline because we were one of the first species to join. When the adjustment came through, they realized most Federation worlds operate at 0.7 to 0.8 of our gravity. A Solarian in the front row made a whistling noise of disbelief. Our atmosphere? 21% oxygen. That's not life-giving, Professor. That's one of the most corrosive, combustion-supporting gases in the known galaxy. We literally breathe controlled fire. Most species require oxygen concentrations of 8 to 12%. We'd have to wear respirators on your worlds because there's not enough oxygen for us. Kael'thar's plates had begun to pale slightly, his equivalent of blood draining from his face. Our planet's surface is 71% covered in a substance that would dissolve most species' tissues on contact, salt water. Our pleasant temperature ranges include extremes where water becomes solid or turns to vapor. We have weather patterns that generate kinetic energy equivalent to multiple thermonuclear devices. We call them hurricanes and typhoons, and some of us chase them for entertainment. Sarah was warming to her topic now, and something in her eyes, that peculiar human intensity, made several students lean back involuntarily. Earth's predator density isn't in the 87th percentile, Professor. It's in the 99.3rd percentile. And here's the thing. We're not prey on our world. We're the apex predator. We didn't evolve to run from danger. We evolved to chase it down. We're pursuit predators. Do you know what that means? Kelthar's translator couldn't quite capture his stammered response. It means we don't give up, ever. There are documented cases of humans on Earth chasing prey for days until the animal literally died of exhaustion. We call it persistence hunting. Our ancestors would pick an animal and just follow it, hour after hour, day after day, never stopping, never resting, until it collapsed. A Quilixian made a small distressed sound. And that's just biology, Sarah continued. Our planet has tried to kill us in every way imaginable. Ice ages, supervolcanoes, asteroid impacts, pandemic diseases, megapredators. We survived them all. Not by being stronger or having natural armor or venom, but by being stubborn. By looking at a world that wanted us dead and saying, no, we're staying. She pulled up an image that made several students gasp. An ancient human, barely clothed, standing in snow with a crude spear. My ancestors crossed frozen wastelands with nothing but animal skins and fire. They sailed across endless oceans not knowing what was on the other side. They climbed mountains that could kill them in minutes, dove to ocean depths that should have crushed them, and went to space in primitive metal capsules held together with rivets and prayer. Sarah looked directly at Kelthar. So with all due respect, Professor, the Frecken aren't the only Deathworlders. You're not even the most extreme Deathworlders. You just got to the stars first, so you thought you were special. The silence in the lecture hall was absolute. Finally, Kelthar's mandibles moved, his voice subdued. The reclassification, is it official? Ratified by the Federation Xenobiology Council last quarter, Sarah confirmed. She sat back down, her expression neutral but her point made. It's not an insult, Professor, just context. Humans are still figuring out that most of the galaxy considers our normal to be suicidal. Kelthar stared at the rotating image of Earth, that deceptively peaceful blue marble, and felt something he hadn't experienced since his first day in officer training on Rekka Prime. Genuine. Instinctive caution. Class dismissed, he finally managed. I have some curriculum updates to make. As the students filed out, whispers spreading like wildfire, Sarah gathered her things. A Solarian approached her hesitantly. Is it true? The avian-like alien asked. About the persistence hunting? Sarah smiled, and there was something ancient in that expression, something that spoke of species memory and evolutionary heritage. We're very good at not giving up, she said simply. It's kind of our thing. The Solarian's feathers ruffled, and they quickly excused themselves. Professor Kelthar watched Sarah leave and made a mental note to review the complete Earth dossier. 17 military council seats suddenly seemed far less impressive when he considered that humanity had barely begun to integrate into galactic society. He wondered, with a mixture of dread and fascination, what the galaxy would look like in another 43 cycles when humans had truly found their place among the stars. Something told him the Frecken wouldn't be the most feared warriors anymore. The Deathworlders from Earth were here, and they were just getting started.